If you just tuned in, we just saw our top 16 feature match of YCS Rimini. Just 16 players remaining. Now, after this round, just 8 players remaining. The former European champion, Stefano Memoli, went up against Alexandru Neac from Romania. And Alexandru remains victorious in the end. Won 2-1 in the timeout.
Exactly.
Would that last match have turned out any different if it weren't for the timeout? Don't really think so.
I don't really think so neither. Yeah.
Looked like the somewhat one-sided affair with Stefano not drawing into the right cards.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we saw both players having their good times. They played convincingly and tried their best. So in the last game, we saw the Drowning Mirror Force we talked about first, but Alexandru played it well. He didn't play it definitely around the cards. So
yeah, did not overextend.
Yeah.
Who knows why? Maybe in the round before or in the 10th round, maybe they already played against each other.
It could have been, but also, I mean, he has a lot of friends, and I mean, everyone could have played it. So that's
especially a story like that when Stefano Memoli is like, oh, I lost this game. By the way, I got a Drowning Mirror Force. This is gonna spread like wildfire, and everybody's gonna be like, wow, did you hear about Stefano playing the Drowning Mirror Force? So yes, but in the end, great showing.
Definitely,
very great sportsmanlike conduct in the end with 2 handshakes, in fact.
Yeah, 2 handshakes.
Stefano was making sure that we saw it.
Yeah, a lot of pot of desires too. So we saw new cars and it was pretty fun.
So what do you make of these 2 decks now that you've seen them in action again after the round? The Cosmo deck was, of course, a good choice for the weekend.
It was. I think basically Pot of Desires, as I said, was really important for the weekend, and many people were expecting it. So where can you play this card right now?
Yeah.
And the first answer was Pendulum. So when you look at that, you're going to expect a lot of Pendulums, and suddenly other decks are much less powerful.
Right.
And Cosmo is the first answer to Pendulum. So that's why Stefano decided to play this deck. Unfortunately, in this case, it didn't work out. He also won the die roll. So we saw game 1 was the most surprising, let's see, of the 3.
When he went first and still ended up losing.
Still lost.
Yeah. But you pointed it out during the match. We can maybe repeat that for the players that just tuned in. He did make some changes to his list to accommodate for the Pot of Desires.
Yeah, exactly. If you play Pot of Desires, surprisingly, Stefano was also playing it in his Cosmo deck, and he changed it. So he played 2 Cosmo Lady, 3 Sleep Rider, 2 Farm Girl, and that's because if you play Pot of Desires, you don't want to remove all your monsters. Unfortunately, though, we saw that he removed all of his Farm Girls in one game.
Yeah. So it can still happen.
Yeah, it can happen, but less.
But he tried to increase his chances that this wouldn't happen too often. And on the other hand, we got Alexandru Neac from Romania. What about his list? Is there something that really stands out in your opinion?
I think it's also a really good way to adapt to the Pot of Desires. Most of his cards are in a triple copy, so he has triple Mystical Space Typhoon in triple copy and everything else. Like here, he has a lot of cards in the max copy, so that's the way to play a Pot of Desires.
And he's maxing out on copies of Pot of Desires. Do you agree with that? Because sometimes we see players only play 2 copies.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a correct choice because also if you see a Pot of Desires and you use it, you have better chance to also remove it. So
get another one out. So very, very rarely you're gonna activate 3 of them.
Yeah, that's not what is gonna happen.
Right. So that was basically the decks in a nutshell. How about the games? We said Stefano went first in the first game. Had a good opening.
He did. He actually did. So what happened was that just Alexandru had the correct spell and trap removal, and he could use it on his advantage. So he could capitalize on Artifact Centric and those kind of cards, and just especially what we saw, the Radish Horse. That was really surprising. How we won the game 1.
That is true, yeah. And Stefano also was like, what does this card do again?
Yeah, what does it do? Oh, okay.
It just wins you the game right now, yeah. Then the second game, of course, Stefano wins.
Again, he had a really good end, banished the Farm Girls, and that was a good play on Alexandru to activate the Twin Twister anyway and try to survive. But at the end, Stefano just had too many resources.
Too many. And then in the last game, just the opposite thing.
The last game, just,
Stefano's deck kind of let him down.
Yeah.
But that does happen over the course of such a long weekend. statistically, that's also why the player that goes undefeated in Swiss always loses in the top cut, because at some point during the day you have to lose, statistically speaking, and so it's going to happen more likely. All right, that's it with our post-game analysis. From us, we're of course also going to be able to talk to our winner, one of the first top 8 duelists, Alexandru Neac. So we're going to be right back with him.
Disappeared out of here. It was time to pay my dues. Never guessed that you'd be dressed in my clothes and in my shoes. You couldn't wait to move right in. If I were you, I'd be concerned. Ain't no way you're gonna win. Bet you didn't count on my return. Thought you were so tough. You had it all under control. Now enough is enough. Gonna take back what you stole. Give it up, 'cause now I'm back.
Welcome back, and joining me now is Alexandru Neac, like I promised. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're in the top 8 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series, the first of the season. And I think you're the first Romanian player?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Marcello actually filled us in. He said he knows you,
Yeah.
and that you have like a small community, but some very good players actually in Romania.
Yeah, we usually back home the game wasn't really popular, so we just played between friends. And at one point there was a shop. Yu-Gi-Oh came popular. and
Okay.
We just
It just grew from there.
yeah, it just grew, and we
And
heard
now-
about YCSs. So first time was like amazing.
When was that? How many years ago?
That was first time was European Championship in 2008.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
while back. Yeah.
That
okay.
was amazing. I was mind blown. I couldn't believe
Yeah.
it. So many
So many
players.
players,
Yeah, at one point, so many cards. Because having cards is usually hard back home.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. And you've been sticking with the game ever since?
Yeah.
Since 2008. And your friends as well?
Yeah, my friends as well. We
Wow.
just play between us. Yeah.
What I always find very fascinating is like how your life is changing in many ways, because in that case, like 8 years.
Yeah.
If you're picking it up when you're 16, and now you would be 24, there's a big difference, because back then you might be going to school, now you're studying or something,
Yeah.
but you're still sticking with the game.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So talk about your deck a little bit. You came with Pendulum.
Yeah.
Thought this was the correct choice for the weekend.
Yeah, definitely.
How did you come to the conclusion?
So me and my friends and my team, we tested a lot, and well, let's say the better players came to this decision that Pendulum is a good choice, and really for a big event, for many rounds to go.
Right.
And the pendulum mechanic itself is really amazing.
That of course, yeah, that's true. Okay, so what are the strengths in your opinion? I keep hearing it's extremely consistent. That
Yeah.
is, and you have a lot of options, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of options. Even going first or second, it was amazing the whole day.
All right. Since you're saying that, is there anything that you would change about your deck now after you've played so much with it this weekend?
No.
No.
No. Yeah, everything was perfect.
Okay,
So it
so
was-
you're happy with your 40 cards. And I mean, the success speaks a story in itself. It also
thank
says,
you.
yes, you're in the top 8, so obviously you did something quite right. Okay, so this is a somewhat proven strategy, I would say,
Yeah.
for the main deck. Is there any special choices in the side deck that you feel like pointing out? See a Denko Seka there?
Yeah, Denko Seka. Yeah. I usually wanted to go with 3 Ghost Ogre for the mirror match, or sometimes Domain Monarchs, but I like Denko Seka a lot.
Okay.
I remember, like in Prague, one of my friends just put Denko Seka on the stream, and I said, I got to play at least one Denko.
Yeah, yeah, it can happen, and then
So-
you're gonna be a legend afterwards.
Yeah. Then it's good. I was some of my friends also played Demise, so I was thinking, like, if it's gonna be popular or just play one Denko was gonna be good.
All right, all right. Well, fair enough. You obviously prepared a lot for this tournament because we could also see you were pretty fast making your moves and knew exactly what the deck was doing. What did you expect going into the weekend? What your result would be?
Actually, I really wanted just to top.
Okay.
Top 32 would have been perfect. But I came in a little bit tired because it's Rimini and we went out a little bit.
I understand. Yeah, you don't have to say anything else.
Yeah. So first round I lost to a really good player, and we're friends and I were talking, and
Yeah.
he explained it was a pendulum mirror match. It kind of brought me down because it was first round, and losing
Yeah.
first round is always like tough because it's tiebreakers.
Yes.
But he did really well. He topped as well.
Oh, okay.
So from then on, I just said, yeah, I'll just play. Let's see what happens.
All
And I
right.
just
What
went naturally.
what was your final record after Swiss?
X2.
Okay, so one more loss.
Yeah.
But still pretty decent run, and now you're here, of course, in the top 8. Do you readjust your goals now? Of course, now you're in the top 8. Are you like, okay, I made my goal, I'm happy, no matter what happens, or are you like, nah, I want to go a little bit further now?
Well, you always want a little bit further,
Yeah.
but I'm happy where I am. It's like, it's my first real big top
Mhm.
at a YCS, so I always went on the bubble. So
Right.
it was like a small curse, and like I finally broke it.
Finally broke it, yeah.
Yeah.
A spell is broken. All right. Well, thank you very much. We actually went to time with our match, so we don't have that much time
Right.
in between rounds. You are going to have your top 8 profile taken next, so you guys can check it out on the written coverage, of course, where you can find all the top 8 players for this weekend and actually for all the past events that we've had. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
And good luck in the top 8 and the rounds to come. Maybe we're going to see you in the finals. With
Great,
that,
thank you.
we're going to be back with our top 8 feature match, of course, of YCS Rimini 2016. Don't be surprised if there's a little bit of a longer break. It's because we need to take down the top 8 profiles for the written coverage.